road over there, which denotes James Oakes, 1741 to 1829, banker and diarist, lives here. Now we're going to talk about James Oakes for a little while. He was a significant figure within Victorian, late Georgian and Victorian Bury St Edmunds, a very, very wealthy individual, and his house was actually the house across the road over there, between the two dark drain plot, the two black downpipes with the white colonnaded door. That was his family home. His family traded in yarn and oats, etc., in the town around that time. He was a young man. He was born within the town, and he was schooled in the town, and he was apprenticed into the family business. When he was around about 27, something around that era, he then took over the business and continued on with the business of yarn making. Now basically, in order to make yarn, Billy, do you know how to make yarn? Do you know what I mean when I'm talking about yarn? It's the thread that we can use to sew clothing together. So it was very important, as well as the textile industry, producing the cloth. They needed stuff to bind all the stuff together. Now up the road there used to be a wool hall. That's where he would buy his wool from. He would bring the wool down here, and behind us in his gardens he used to have sheds where the wool was cleaned up, it was wound and bound, and it was turned into yarn. That yarn was then sold on to other industries. As he became more and more wealthy, he gradually increased the size of his building. Now I'm just going to pause slightly while this car does whatever it does. Got a bit of a rally circuit going on here. Can you all still hear me okay? Still alright, we'll just wait for this one to go by. It's quite useful because that's been a little pause for me, so now we will continue. We won't, because there's another car coming.
Got one starting behind.
Right. If at any stage you can't, we could be here all day doing this, so if at any stage during this you're not hearing me, just put my hand up and I'm just going to talk over. As the wealth increased, so he increased the size of his house. Either side, you can see just in front of you here, to your right, there's a large brick wall there with what look like windows, put in bricked up windows. If you look down the far end to your left, at the end of the building, there is another wall just like that. They're put there to balance it out, because as we talked about in the Harvey house, it's all about the front of the building. The bigger you've got, the bigger frontage you've got, the more wealthy that we are. So the wider we have the buildings, the more wealthy we appear. Now during his business, the yarn business gradually went out of business within the town. He diversified into banking. He partnered up with several people within the town, and he opened up a bank at the Bury Bank. He was also a collector of taxes within the town, so he was quite an individual, quite a canny type of businessman, and quite wealthy. So that when there was a run on the banking following the Napoleonic Wars, he was in a position to survive that run on the bank. Very wealthy, very individual, very philanthropic, very good to his employees, etc., etc., etc. Right, any questions on that? Right, going to move on now up the road to the Corn Exchange, which is just up the road and round the corner to the right, where we'll have a chat about the Corn Exchange.